Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Christina, and today I'm going to share with you our homeschool space, aka our dining room. And then I'll show you some other places within the house that we keep materials and books and all the things. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so this is our space. So this is our dining room. There are some things on the table currently. I've just taken some things out of the bin. So some of this stuff is what we're doing currently in our homeschool. We are in our summer kind of lighter load. So we're just kind of focusing on some English and math. I do have some things I need to bind. So this whole stack are new books that we'll be using in the upcoming year that I still need to bind. So that's a project I'll be doing today, so everything's kind of on the table. But this is our dining area, which is just a big room / living room. So we've kind of adapted it to our needs. We do have a basement, and this is kind of our first full summer in this new home. We had originally anticipated to make the downstairs into a homeschool space. That is something we did in our first home when we started homeschooling. We had a designated space in the basement. However, I really appreciate the natural light up here, and I feel like it just gives us more energy, especially through the winter months and all of that, to, you know, work and do what we have to do. There's not any really natural light downstairs, which I'll be showing you to show you some of our books and things that we keep down there. But this is our current space, and we've adapted it slightly. I've gone through, I've organized everything. There's still some slight things I need to like update, but for the most part, this is how we have it set up and how it's working for us. We have the maps here. These are two-sided, so they're like more of a primary color. On the other side, I've had these for years now. They've kept up really well with moving, and you know, just kind of, I just have it on sticky tack, which has been fine. So it's more of the neutral colors that we keep it on. Here is our printer. This is the Eco Tank ET3850. It's great. I mean, it lasts long with the ink. But I don't always love the actual printing like of it. It's pretty good. It's not always great. It depends. But we had a HP printer previously, which I absolutely loved. But it just became costly because we were paying monthly for the ink, and then I was getting backed up with the ink, and I just started collecting all of this ink that I wasn't even using. So this is definitely more just makes more sense financially long term. But yeah, the coloring on the HP I definitely think was better, but it still serves us. It's good. So we have just a basket here with supplies. I will be cleaning this out, so I'll just have pencils, pens, index cards. We have another whiteboard downstairs. I'll pull up here just to have for our lessons, rulers, all of that. Our pencil sharpener, which is a need. Here I had some of this like exposed, and I wanted it not to be, since this is our dining room. Some of it I just didn't want to be exposed, so I put everything back in bins that was out. And here's all math manipulative. So I've gone out and I've taken all like the, you know, the manipulatives they were using when they were little, and kind of taking all of that out. Here is like whiteboard. So like there's all kinds of like writing, math boards that I actually do use quite a bit. I'll pull it out, and we'll just get a dry erase marker and use those for different activities. And here is just supplies. So I have a paper cutter, staple, hole punch. There's some stickers, just random things in there, flash drives. We have supplies. So this is one that I still have to go through, but a lot of it's like glue, pencils, art supplies, markers, extra little things in here. So this will be something that I will be kind of cleaning out, maybe pulling some of it to put up here. And this is like more supplies. So we have laminating paper, sheet protectors, that thicker paper that I use when I'm making books. Just extra stuff that we'll need. Lined paper, all of that is kept in here. This is our morning basket, which hasn't been updated with our new materials yet, but this is my teacher cart. So this teacher cart has been updated. This is my planner, notebooks that I'm always picking up and writing in if something comes up that I want to remember, and just teacher guides and books and resources that we'll be using in the upcoming year. Most of this is good for what we'll be needing. I may need to pull some additional things. For the most part, that's what we'll need. Down here is just supplies. So I have like the little tabs for bookmarking. We have erasers. These do magnetize, but because this is like a shorter, they end up getting hit and then come off when I'm pushing it back in the corner. So I just leave them down here. Just a cup full of pens, pencils, markers, some notebooks that I use frequently, and that's just more supplies. A lot of this is my stuff, like whiteout, hole punch, pens, extra staples, pencils, a lot of the extra. These I actually picked up at Dollar Tree, or the not so Dollar Tree, we can probably call it these days. This was $5. But I really like them. We use more of it had like a handle on it, and it had like, I don't know, they sell them at the Dollar Tree as well. If I have a little clip, I'll show you what they were, but I decided to grab these. So I've just cleaned out what they were using this year and put whatever they could still use in here. So it has a little top on it and a place for supplies. There was like a bunch of little pink ones in here that I took out because there was nothing that they really needed to put in there. So now this gives them more space to kind of put more things in there. So I thought that was a nice find, especially at the Dollar Tree. So they each get one of those. And those are kept down here. So that is the cart. We'll go ahead and move over here. There are things, I mean, it's summer, so there's random things on the table. This is where we keep our calendar. This is something the kids made me for my birthday. I'm a summer birthday, so they made this. It's so cool. It's like origami fish and like animals. Those are like turtles and sharks and whales. And like the scene. So they do the origami and then they glued it onto the scene. I thought it was so creative. And usually they do handmade gifts, so they'll be hiding in their rooms for a good part of whatever month that holiday or thing is happening. So I just love that. So that's part of the space currently. Here are some trays. For when they finish work and they're putting their work stuff that I need to file away or figure out if I want to keep it or file it. This is just all my calendar stuff here. This is just a little basket. We have like a timer and some story dice and some just extra little note paper. Some writing and Spanish-English dictionary here just for resource. Here is just where their current work is kept. So I'll show you where all their new curriculum is. I'll just be pulling that by term. Whatever it is they need will go into these bins per term. And then some of this is just like extra notebooks and stuff that we may use. Once, you know, it gets closer to school, I may be pulling some of this out or putting more in it. Like I'll be getting them new binders and stuff like that. I just haven't done the supply shopping just yet. So that's kind of what this is. So this will be all their current work what they'll be needing so that it's just easy to grab from the table when needed. So what's in their bins currently is just stuff for summer school, which has mostly been pulled out because we're kind of using it right now. Here is just a tower with supplies. So this is left over from our 4th of July celebration that we had, which was a lot of fun. So there's a glue gun in here, and then all the ink for the printer. I just keep in a basket here. We do have binoculars that get used quite a bit around our house. Back here is just construction paper for any activities or if they're crafting or whatever. This I pull out. It's just a real cheapy one, which I want to get a better one of maybe like a recipe book holder or something. But this is what I pull out to hold books when we're doing studies. So I put it on the table and then the book can stay open. So I just leave that there. All of this is just extra printer paper all down there. So that's what we have there. Up in front of the window is just a line where I put all of our artist study pictures throughout the year, and then any holidays that we have. The kids are always making things or crafty things. So I just took down all our 4th of July art that they made and our decorations that were up, but that's where I hang all that. This is our whiteboard. So this is what I use mostly for English and math. So if I'm going over a lesson, this is what I'll use for that. And then just the 3 hours reading, writing, arithmetic. I've had this since the beginning of our homeschool and it still stays here. So that is what is in this corner. Okay, so this is another shelf in this room here. And up here is a painting that I bought our first year of homeschooling. It's just a one-room schoolhouse. But yeah, this I've had from our first year, and I love it, so it always has to be there. We have the globe, we have the flag. We just have some history books here. These are like resources that I keep for wanting to find books. So this is Give Your Child the World for geography, Honey for a Child's Heart. This is Christian Reading Companion. So these are like questions that you can use for different classics. There's like 50 classics in this one. Some Bible passages I pull from this. This is from the Daily Grace Call. And then I have my McGuffey readers here. And then I have a hobby of making Lego flowers. I love them. They're in the bedroom. I have them kind of a few places now. So that is a fun little thing. So I have this up there that I made. So here just is our little nature corner. So these are things in here. Feathers and different things that kids have found. So they put them in there just to keep them displayed. Here are our family read-alouds, like our history-based reads, literature. I do have additional books I'll be pulling for morning time that are down here, but that's just here because I pulled them and I had them, I organized them in what way I wanted to do so. So I did a little short on that I can link. These are just free reads. Some of the books they're actually reading currently. So I just threw them all in there so they're not everywhere. Here are just some of our American history picture books that I'll be reading with my youngest in the upcoming year, and just some extra things we may or may not pull from. Here we just have some resource. So there's some atlases, our history resources. This is all of our family stuff. So this is stuff I may pull from or stuff we're using. So like our Spanish, our morning time stuff, additional reads that I might pull from, you know, all of that is on this shelf here. So I kind of interchange that. Anything that we used last year that I wouldn't be using this upcoming year, I put downstairs, brought up what I needed, and organized it accordingly. Down here, same thing. Some other things we'll be using. And these are all resource. So like dictionaries, encyclopedias, animal books, nature books, all of that is here. My son likes to pull from a lot of animal books regularly, so I like to keep them up here where they're easily accessible. So that's all there. And then down here is our current curriculum. So I did have a shelf here that I ended up removing because I just don't want all that clutter. I wanted it a little more spacious. So I took that out. I put that downstairs. And so this are the bins that were on the shelf. So this is my upcoming 7th graders, and this is my upcoming 4th graders work. And this is what I'll be pulling from to put in those clear bins on that white shelf of what they'll be working through each term. So I like to have that stuff out because the kids like to look through it, and I want them to be familiar with what they'll be doing in the upcoming year, get a chance to kind of go over things, and, you know, get excited about it. I find that if the stuff's out and they have a chance to really look through it and evaluate what's coming up for them, how they can anticipate the new year, they get excited. So a lot of their readers and all of that is in there, and then all their core subjects as well. Okay, this little corner is where I sit on the couch, like on downtime, or, you know, if I have a moment. So these are all books that I regularly reference. A lot of these I've read, but I keep for reference because I want to reread and I want to like go over the information, maybe renew my mind about something or look at something from a different angle. And you'll see that most of this is Charlotte Mason inspired books or her volumes. So this is Mother Culture, the Charlotte Mason Companion. Dumbing Us Down from Gatto is really good. This is something I thrifted like a month ago, and it's a really good book. John Taylor Gatto, The Hidden Curriculum of Compulsory Schooling. If you haven't read it, I definitely recommend. Very interesting. We have No and Tell, which is narration, The Art of Narration by Karen Glass. And then we have Parents and Children. So this is volume 2 of Charlotte Mason's volumes. This one took me forever to get through. I read the first volume and I flew through it. This one took a really long time and I wasn't picking it up as much. So I'm happy to be almost done with this, and then I'll be picking up here soon volume 3 with some other books. So I'll have a small haul, I'm sure, to share when I do that, but I'm so happy to almost be done with this one. Yeah, this took me a while to get through. We have Higher Calling from Henry Morris. This is To a Christ-Centered Education. That's a good one. Little Women's another one that's taking me a while to get through. I'm just not picking it up a lot, and that's the reason, but I'm enjoying it. It's just taking me a minute. And then my Bible is here. These are some that I've recently pulled. I've started all of them. This is Teach Them Diligently. I've never read this one, so this is something I'm starting. Called Home. This one by Karen DeBue. I read my first year of homeschooling, and I try to reread it every year. Again, we're going into our 7th year, and I just have little things in the back I wrote, and it's just really, it just helps me remember why I'm doing this, why I started. And, you know, can be prayerful about the upcoming year. So I like to revisit this. And then I'm reading They Had Names, Tracing the History of the Northern American Indigenous People. This is so interesting. I love historical, just anything historical, whether it's fiction, nonfiction. But this is really interesting. And there's pictures within it, so he'll guide you on when to look. There's maps. I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm enjoying this. And I wanted to read this because we are doing an American History stream this upcoming year, so I wanted to read that. So this is my little corner of, you know, mother, teacher, learning, different books that I'm reading. I kind of keep all of that here. I very much love and appreciate Charlotte Mason, the Charlotte Mason philosophy. I really love reading her volumes, and I'm excited to get into 3. This one did take me, like I said, a minute. But I take it from the stance because I'm more of a Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool rather than purist. I take it from the stance that when I read her writing, she was definitely a forward thinker, a woman a little bit ahead of her time in the way that she thought about education and the human condition, and thinking about people as whole people, children as whole people. And I take her writings and the philosophy, and I adapt it to what works best to not only myself as the educator, but to my children, who are born persons and very individual from each other. So living in the modern age of which we do is very different from when it was that she was sharing these ideals. While they are beautiful and can be applied to modern age, yes, absolutely. And that's just how I use the philosophy to sort of build upon that as a framework for our home and our homeschool, because it is a part of our life. It's all encompassing, right? We're learning in every moment, not just when we're sitting at the table doing lessons. We're learning when we're outside, when we're in nature, when we're just amongst each other and listening and talking and having conversation. So all of these things can be applied in different ways and adapted to individual families and individual people. So that's kind of how I utilize the philosophy in my home. We definitely do things like a more holistic nature study. It's really based on interest and whatever kind of comes up in the moment is how we really target things like nature study. But I love the music appreciation, the art appreciation, the living books, and bringing in those resources. The art of narration is definitely something we've utilized from the beginning of our homeschool. All of those things, I really love. Things like dictation and all of those, the written narration. Now my kids are getting older, has definitely been a great springboard as well for helping them gain an individual voice to whatever it is they're writing. So that's something exciting that I'm been delving into with my daughter, and now we'll be starting that with my youngest. So I definitely use the philosophy and adapt it into what works best for us individually, which becomes then your own personal philosophy of education, right? Because it is personalized to you and what works best as an educator, and what works best for the students that you are currently working with. So that's kind of how I utilize it. I don't feel that I need to go completely pure to enjoy the benefits of what a Charlotte Mason education can look like. I definitely think that we all can adapt things to make it work best for us. Okay, so this is the basement. This space now is more of a family space since we're not going to be using it too much for school, but there's a table where they can paint, draw, read, whatever it is. And there's a space here for exercise. So it's nice. It's a little family space now. But these are the books that I keep all of our materials. So I know the lighting's going to be really bad in this little corner. But up here, it's just, we have some series like Dear America series. I Survived books, some missionary stories, and then various, this is all like American history, fiction and nonfiction. So this is like world history here. So we have Egypt, different things on Titanic. We have biography picture books, some here. This is all American history. here we have all Bible. So Bible related materials. So like children's Bibles and all of our answers for kids books here. These I just recently showed a haul. I got these for like 50 cents. These Bible infographic books. All of that's here. This is all curriculum on these two shelves here. Curriculum. We've used curriculum. We haven't used that I may use, you know, in the upcoming years. So some history, some science, English, writing, grammar books, math books, all of that's down here. Up here, again, more series. So we have Little House series, Chronicles of Narnia. We have The Secret of the Hidden Scrolls, Boxcar Children, Hardy Boys, Burgess books here. There's some Who Was books, some Magic Tree House, Dead Sea Squirrels here. These are all just various literature reads. A lot of Nancy Drew back here. This is a little painting my son did. And so yeah, that's all just various books. You have all kinds of things like Ramona books, Anna Green Gables, which my daughter has the set, but that's in her room. So just random things there. More missionary books, and a lot of this is like medieval times, just some classic literature. We have ancient times, some ancient times here, some American history, or American literature, I guess. Yeah, just some extra stuff. Jungle Book, Just So Stories, some picture books here. This is all science. So science related, like human body, animals, all of that, nature stuff here. We have some geography books here as well. And then these are like our favorite picture books. We went through all of our picture books because my kids are getting older. They're growing out of all that stuff. So I kept the ones that I want to keep, or the ones that, you know, were meaningful to us. Maybe the ones the kids wanted to read over and over and over again. You know, like there's some Dr. Seuss. We have like The Wizard of Oz. A bunch of William J. Bennett picture books. Beatrix Potter. And a lot of just like, you know, Madeline. You know, those books that you're like, oh, I might keep those for my grandkids or whatever, you know, they have a special memory. Those are all down here. And this is like an art cart. So, this is just where I put a lot of the extra stuff. Extra crayons, markers, you know, paper plates, things you might need. There's pens and markers and all kinds of things down there. Some rope for practicing rope tying back there. Just a lot of random things there. We have an abacus. This is like primary abacus. I did it. I'm gonna get another one for my daughter for her 7th grade math is requiring one. So I'll be picking up another one, but that's like a Melissa and Doug one that they've kind of grown out of. More books here. We got nature books. I know the lighting is really bad. The Borrowers, Winnie the Pooh, a lot of E.B. White books here, Swallows and Amazons, just a lot of literature. Some stuff that I've recently thrifted is thrown in there as well. Grimm's Fairy Tales, Aesop's Fables, Little Pilgrim's Progress. We have the Emma Searle books here. All of this is poetry, nature study, or like science activities, handcrafts, music. So all of this is music here. More literature. So some great illustrated classics. We have some Roald Dahl books. We have some Richard Peck books. A lot of random things here as well. Kate DiCamillo books. This is all geography. So geography resources. These are the history books from Generations, which are great. American history reference books. Various geography books from, you know, different places. These are all art related. So that some of the Come Look With Me books, which you can go through art of different time periods, drawing books, all of that. These are readers that I really wanted to get rid of. My kids did not. Well, some of them I was going to keep, you know, for, again, my favorite, like the biscuit books and Little Bear books. You know, there's some of them that have a special place that I wanted to keep, but they didn't want to get rid of any of these. So maybe eventually I can pass them along and then just keep the ones I want to, but we still have those here because they've definitely grown out of those. Down here is just extra. Some of those are just extra activity books, notebooks that we might need, folders, paper, supplies. All of these are like catalogs, right? Like Rainbow Resource, Christian book catalogs. I just keep the updated ones that I get and clean out the old ones and keep those there. Yeah, different things that I may or may not need. This was the shelf that was upstairs that I took down. So this one still needs to be organized. I mean, we got some Legos, kinetic sand, extra paper, random things as I'm kind of decluttering and going through things. So I still have to find a home for all this stuff. Comb binder. We have a scale for selling because this whole tote is things I want to sell. Laminator. All of that stuff's right here. Yeah, so in this area here, there's a dresser. So the last three here are just more supplies, different things we may need or not. And here is another box of like activities. So this is all like stuff they can paint, like different canvases and little activity things. I had a sister-in-law that used to work for the library, so she would bring us all these goodies, and now I've just got so much. It's in a big bag here. And then we have like stuff of crafts, extra little things I'll throw in here for crafting. So this is kind of our space in the closet area, and then down here's games. We have a bunch of puzzles here, and this is all games. Okay, so that is how we store our materials, what it looks like down here compared to upstairs. There's a lot less upstairs, but just so you could see how we've kind of refined it to work for us. I got rid of a lot, which I'm happy about, and obviously still working through some things here, but that's what it's looking like. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about anything I shared, please drop them down below, and I will see you on the next one, guys. God bless.